Good evening, welcome back to the channel, and this is going to be my 52 game challenge for the year 2024. So 52 game challenge is just as it sounds, it's a 52 game challenge. Myself and a bunch of other guys just get together. We've got like a group chat as well, and we just plough through our games, trying to tackle the backlog as best as we can. It's all about gaming. Everything's about gaming, and we do have a Club 52 as well, where we have a wheel that spins every month or so, and then we all play the same game for the duration until the challenge is over, kind of thing. And I would implore anybody who wants to get involved just to watch those videos and then just take part in playing the games. And if you want to be part of the group chat, if you want to come in and have a wee chat with us, then just let any of us know, any of us that's in the challenge. Off the top of my head, there's Ross Butler, Eddie, Rollercore, Dylan, Hypertrigger, Retro Bears in there, Paul Link Northerners in there, Scott's in there, Scott Glory Hunter, so they were all Tumblr Titans this year. But then you've also got Ollie, 8-Bit Boy UK, Steve, Retro Red Steve, trying to think of who else is in there. There's probably a few more I'm forgetting. Nate Clark's in there, who used to be the Game Shack. He's not on YouTube anymore, but he's still in there, and he chats away. He takes part in the games as well. But anyway, if anyone wants to get involved, just let us know and come and chat to us. Just chat about games. That's all we chat about in that group. There's no YouTube drama or bullshit. It's just gaming 101. It's just gaming. Anyway, let's jump into the 52 game challenge this year, and I managed to finish, I think it was 59 games, so the 52 plus game challenge. So the first game we played, and I'll try and put up like screenshots and anything like that I've got, because I do really enjoy virtual photography as well. So any of these games that I've got photo mode, I'll take pictures, but I do generally take screenshots of things anyway. But anyway, the first game this year that I played was Star Ocean First Departure on the Switch. It was really cheap on sale, and I really wanted to start the year off with an RPG. And I did join another group as well called the 12 RPG Challenge for the year. I think I kind of got it, but my kind of definition of RPG has changed quite a bit throughout the years, so I don't really know what's RPG anymore and what's not RPG anymore. But anyway, the first game I finished was an RPG, and it was Star Ocean First Departure, and I thought it was a fantastic little RPG, very old school, very back. I think it was a PS1 game back in the day. Really enjoyed it. Really cool. And I'm just going to fly through these because I have spoke about these games before, except for maybe the last 7 that I've just finished recently. And then second game I played was Urban Chaos, Riot Response for the PS2. Great little game, a fantastic little first person shooter, very much of its time, but it holds up very well. Really good game that. Game number 3, sorry, I've wrote them all down here as well. Game number 3 was Marvel Avengers, which I really did enjoy. I know it's got that kind of Destiny kind of loop kind of thing, so it's got like items you can collect to make your character stronger and things like that. But I think outside all that, not outside all the multiplayer nonsense, there's a really good game there that's worth a playthrough. Game number 4 was another digital game, which was Lost in Random. Really cool little game, very Tim Burton-esque, and they've recently announced a sequel to it, and it's going to be out in the PSVR 2, so I'm buzzing for that. I'm definitely going to get that when it comes. Game number 5 was Past Cure. So this is a game that I got from Secret Santa last year. Make sure you tune into Sean Retro Games Revived channel on the 21st, where he's doing the Secret Santa stream where everyone in a few folk in the community get together and they do a Secret Santa, and it's just fantastic. We get to kind of move games around and pass things on to each other in secret, and this came my way. Really cool game. I think it was very I think it's a very budget game. It was, how can I say it? It was very ambitious for what it was. I think there was a really cool kind of story and a really cool kind of background lore in the game, but I just don't think it's sold enough, so I don't think you'll see any more of it. But it was really cool. Game number 6, I think we're on 6, was The Order 1886. Brilliant game, absolutely brilliant. I love this game. It's very short, it's very linear, it's a story driven game, but again with the whole background lore, there could have been such a cool series in this, but it wasn't to be, unfortunately. But I've really enjoyed this game. Graphically still holds up, looks as good as any kind of PS5 game in my opinion these days. And I love like I said, I loved the lore and the possibility that it could have been a series. Game number 7, I think we're on 7, I've not numbered these, stupid, was Ori, Will of the Wisps. So I think it was last year I finished Ori and the, oh my god, what was that called? What was the first one called now? Will of the Wisps and Ori, I can't remember. I can't remember the first one. Oh my god, what was the first one called? Anyway, fantastic games. This one was absolutely brilliant, possibly better than the first one. It's got a really kind of heart-tugging kind of storyline, especially like at the start and things like that. And it's just really good. Gorgeous 2D Metroidvania game. Game number 8. Game number 8 was Stray. Brilliant little game again. Again, it doesn't outstay its welcome. If anything, I was hoping for a little bit more from it, because I thought it was over a bit too fast. Like I wanted to see what kind of happened, like after the kind of end, like what happens when your wee cat gets to where he goes. Aye, fantastic, gorgeous, absolutely stunning looking game. Unfortunately, there's no photo mode in this, because this game would have been fantastic with a photo mode. Game number 9. I'm losing my numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Game number 8. Shadow of Tomb Raider. Brilliant again. I love these reboots of Tomb Raider games. I love the originals, but I just love the blockbuster feel to the new reboots. I thought they were really cool. It gives the Uncharted games run for their money. I do prefer Uncharted, but only just because I like Nathan Drake a little bit better. Game number 10 was Borderlands 2. So me and Jay finished this together, co-op. Absolutely love Borderlands. We played Borderlands 1 the year before, and then we finished Borderlands 2 this year, and we'll play Borderlands 3 probably next year. But Borderlands 2 is brilliant. Absolutely one of the best, in fact probably the best sequel I think has ever been made. Because I think the first game was a good game, but then they just like cranked it up to 11 with Borderlands 2. Borderlands 3 is not so good. It's good, but it's just not as good as Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2 was a pinnacle, and I absolutely loved it. Handsome Jack and the Vault Hunters and the whole world. It's just, Borderlands 2 is brilliant. Game number 11 is Final Fantasy Remake. So this is a replay. So I played it last year and probably the year before, I can't remember. But yeah, I played it again because I knew the sequel, the part 2 was coming out. Absolutely love it. It's just fantastic. Game number 12 was Gungrave VR. This game's pish. It's no good. It's no good at all. I mean it's alright. It looks okay. It's got nice big bright graphics and things like that, but it's just not very good. And I do love VR, and I wanted to finish it because it's a VR game. But it really wasn't up to snuff. It's only okay. Game number 13 is, if I can find it, I'll turn these upside down. I'm not very good at this. Game number 13 was... Oh no, I've lost it. Oh man. Anyway. Was that it? No. Sorry. Game number 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry. Game number 12 was Infernax. I do have it physically. I think it's through in Jay's room actually. Great game. That was one of the games for the Game Club 52. The Club 52. And I think that was a Geordie Slasher pick. He put that on the wheel and it spun and it landed on Infernax. Absolutely brilliant. I've seen Ross Butterhaw's video, 52 game challenge, and he mentioned this in there. Exactly what he says. You know, there's different endings you can get. And it's just a gorgeous little 16-bit kind of platforming, almost Metroidvania kind of thing. It's really good. Loads of cool humour in it. And it's tough at the start, but then it gets a little bit easier as you go and you start unlocking things. And Ross mentioned you unlock a game genie and you get cheats and you just break the game. But really good game. Game number 13 was Omno. Was a digital game. It was just a little £2 game, I think it was, on the Switch, and it was really nice kind of almost like cel shaded with the kind of pastel colour palette. It was really cool. Game number 14 was an all-time classic, which is Shadow of the Colossus. Absolutely love this game, and again at the Game Awards we've seen the new Ueda game. Ueda is coming, and I'm buzzing for that. When I seen the kind of the little teaser trailer at the Game Awards show, sorry, I was buzzing when I seen that. I was like, fantastic, can't wait for that, because I mean you've got Ico, you've got this, and then you've got The Last Guardian, which I think are just 3 fantastic, brilliant games, and I can't wait for the new one. Next one was Taifu, which is a PS1 game. You play as it almost feels like a Kung Fu Panda game. It was alright. I didn't think it was brilliant. I thought it was okay. I think like the artwork there kind of doesn't do it justice, because the artwork here, sorry, is brilliant. But then the gameplay itself is like 3D isometric. If they kept it kind of like 2D with that kind of artwork, it would have been brilliant, man. But like a lot of things in that kind of era, like everything had to go 3D. So I think it would have been better if they kept it kind of 2D. But anyway, it was alright. Next game, Final Fantasy Rebirth. For me, this is Game of the Year 2024. It was absolutely brilliant, man. After Final Fantasy VII Remake, obviously that was all staged in Midgar, and this you get out into the world and it's just mind blowing. Honestly, it's fantastic. Maybe a little negative on the game is there's a lot of mini games. There's loads of mini games, but that doesn't take away from the story, the score, the scale. Everything is just fantastic. Absolutely love it. Next game. So it's a game I've wanted to play for a long time, and I finally played it this year, and it's Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. I love this as well. I just love these short, narrative-driven, no nonsense. It just tells your story with a fantastic performance, fantastic soundtrack. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was stellar. I do want to play the second one, so they need to hurry up and release that on the PlayStation as well. I don't know if they will, but they probably will, because like everything from Xbox is coming to PlayStation eventually, I think. So I'm looking forward to playing the sequel to this. But I absolutely loved this game. It was just so immersive. It just drew you in. It was brilliant. Next game was Atomic Heart. Really enjoyed this as well. The only thing I didn't like about this was it was just a bit too open. I remember when it was first announced, I thought it looked absolutely amazing. I still do think it looks absolutely stunning. It had a very kind of Bioshock kind of feel to it. And then when I'm playing it, Loved it, loved the combat, loved the enemies, loved the landscape and areas and stuff like that. But I just thought it was a bit too open. It's a me thing for sure. I just like I like to be taken on a journey. I like to be like Hellblade, just no nonsense. This is the story. Get on with it. But I did really enjoy this, and I do want to go back to this. There's a couple of games here that I do want to go back to, and maybe that's what I'll do until the end of the year. Just go back and maybe try and get a couple of trophies for them, or just go back and give them another go, because I really did enjoy this. After Atomic Heart, this is another replay which I played last year, and I put it back in this year, and it's Returnal. I'm not going to talk about Returnal too much, but I played this twice this year. I played it at this stage, and I went back to it and I got the Platinum Trophy, and then I went back to it when I was playing Silent Hill 2. More on that when I get to Silent Hill 2, but I went back to it when I was playing Silent Hill 2, and I got all the trophies for the DLC, which is the Tower of Sisyphus, which was, that game is wonderful. Next one was Dishonored, Death of the Outsider. So I'm pretty sure I finished them all. So Dishonored 1, 2, and then this one. Again, it's just another Dishonored game. They're fantastic, made by the Arcane Studios. Great gunplay, great stealth. The stealth is fantastic. The combat's really cool. I didn't like it as much as the other ones, but I did still like it. But I just think the first two were brilliant. And this one you play as Billy Luck. So that's what you call it. She is like the understudy, I think, of. I'm trying to remember names, man. What was his name? Dowd. I think she was the understudy of Dowd. And she is in the DLC for Dishonored 2 as well, I think. I could be getting mixed up with everything, but I do remember she was in one of the other games as DLC, I'm sure. The Knife of Dunwall, I think. But anyway, really cool games. Not my favourite Dishonored, but I did enjoy it, and I'm happy to finish off the Dishonored games. Next game is, and I don't have it physically, which is mental, which is God of War 3. So we did that again as part of the Game Club 52, and I'm sure that was a Jim Corbana. That was one of his picks on the wheel, and it landed on that. Brilliant games. Ross, like I said, I was watching Ross's video yesterday. He wasn't a big fan of God of War 3, but I think it's absolutely brilliant. I like all the God of Wars. I like all the big bombastic battles, and especially this one at the start when you're fighting against Poseidon, and there's just that one bit, man, where I think it's Gaia goes to punch the big water monster, and then Kratos jumps off her fist and just grabs Poseidon out of the big water monster and just starts beating him. It's brilliant, man. It's those big moments that I love in games. Next one was Live Alive. This game's alright. I just think it got overhyped. I think it is. Listen, it's a good game. I do enjoy it, but I just don't think it's all that. There's like multiple different stories for multiple different characters, and I never felt like invested in any of them. Maybe one or two I thought were cool. I thought the Wild West one was going to be really good, but you're just in one area, like almost like just one screen. It's good. It's just not. It's not as good as everyone makes it out to be, but it's all right. It's good. It's a good game. I enjoyed it. I feel like I'm just slating it but I didn't get what the hype was all about. Anyway, it's a good game. I'm glad I played it. Glad I finished it. Next one, again on the Switch, which Metroid Dread. Sorry, this game is utterly fantastic. It's brilliant. It's one of the few games that I think has got the most. The slickest movement, the slickest control. It's just so good. The environments are fantastic. The shooting, the combat, the controls, like I said, so slick. Everything about this game is stellar. It's a top draw game. And I've tried playing Metroid games before. I've tried playing the Prime games before, and I couldn't get into them. I tried playing Super Metroid on the SNES, and I cannot get into that at all. I don't know why, it just doesn't grab me. I mean, the start of it's really cool when you're escaping like a big a big explosion, or the base is exploding or something like that. But then after that, it's just like I don't know what's happening with it. I don't know where to go or anything like that. But this one's really cool, and it keeps you going. It keeps you moving. There's no second guessing. It's just right. We're going here now to do this, and we're doing this, and we're doing this. This game is brilliant. Next game was Resident Evil 4. So I played this before back on the Wii. I played it, which I thought was the best way to play it. But now I played it on VR2. Oh, it's absolutely sensational. I do want to play it again. I want to play it without VR because there is a photo mode in this, so I want to go through it and take some snaps because Resident Evil 4 is just peak. It's absolutely fantastic. After Resident Evil 4, we did Cyberpunk 2077. So this is the same situation I'm in with Atomic Heart. I want to go back to this. I want to play it some more. There has been recently a updated patch to it, so the photo mode is even better. So that makes me want to go into it again. But yeah, this game I would love to play again and just unlock a bit more and see a bit more of the world, because like with Atomic Heart, with this, with a few other games, I just like going through the story and I like seeing how the story unfolds and finishes. But there's so much like side content and things like that to do that this is definitely worth going back to. Next one was Klonoa 2. So I finished already Klonoa 1 last year or the year before, I can't remember. And now I finished Klonoa 2, which is more of the same. Cutesy, colourful, nice platformer. After that we played Scars Above. Scars Above is a really cool game. I think it kind of suffers in the same way that Past Cure kind of suffers. I think it's from a kind of smaller studio, so a small kind of budget. I did really enjoy it, and I thought there could have been a wee bit more story and lore in it. I thought it was really good though. I thought it was a good game. Definitely worth a playthrough. After Scars Above we played Forspoken, and again this game gets slated all the time, and I thought this game was good. I thought it was good. I thought it's definitely not worth the hate, because it's got the thing that I'm going to go probably into a rant here. The thing that annoys me is people complaining about woke, and that just annoys me. Like I get it. I get that people. I get what they're saying, but I don't always agree with it. Like I think this game is good because it has it's new. It's got they've went for something new. They've played on the Alice in Wonderland kind of formula with it. It's a new IP, a new world, new characters. It's just new, and then we hear people complaining about woke. But then on the other hand, we hear people complaining about getting the same games remastered or sequels, and then when people do try to do something different, it just gets slated for another reason. So this one was getting slated for being woke because it's got a girl and she's annoying, blah 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 blah. It's worth a go. It's worth a playthrough, man. Anyway, God of War Chains of Olympus was the next one I played. So I played this when I was down at Retro Games Revival. So I was playing this on the train on the way down. I was playing it at night time when I was in the hotel room, and I finished it and loved it. I loved the part towards the end, which I'm not going to spoil, but it was really kind of heart wrenching. It was really cool. Next one was a gift that I got from Eddie Rollercore at Retro Games Revival, sorry, which is Kingdom of Arcadia. It's a nice little 2D kind of Wonder Boy-ish platformer, hack and slash kind of thing. It's really cool, really short. It's so short, in fact, that you unlock the Platinum Trophy before you even finish the game. But it's really good. I really liked it. It doesn't outstay its welcome. It's just kind of in and out. It's a good wee playthrough. Next one was... oh no, I've got them two mixed up. But anyway, this was the next one. Then that was but anyway, Last of Us Part 2. Again, fantastic game. Gets a lot of unneeded hate. It's just stupid hate. People saying that the story's no good, which is nonsense. The story in this is top tier. It's like it's so good, man. It takes gaming to a different level. The direction of the story is brilliant. The play is two kind of parts. You play as Ellie's side, you play as Abby's side. You see the consequences of both of their actions in both of the different camps. It's just brilliant, honestly. The Last of Us 2 is stunning. And sorry, I'm just going to go on all these stupid woke rants. So recently, Naughty Dog's next game, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, was just announced as well. The Game Awards, and I've seen so much hate about that already, man. It's ridiculous, man. It's stupid. I can't wait for that. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. Anything Naughty Dog, anything Sony. I'm a Sony pony. Anything Sony first party, I'm all over. But it's not just because of that. I just think it's going to be brilliant. It's a new story, it's new characters, it's a new world, it's new. It's just new. And again, it's these people complaining about woke are the same people complaining about not getting new games, always getting remasters. And like the thing with Forspoken, they try to give you something new, and people just find something wrong with it and just wipe it. It's just so annoying, man. Give things a chance. But that game looks brilliant. I can't wait for that. And I remember there's a couple of posts on Twitter saying, like, the picture of Mun, I can't remember her name, but she's like shaving her hair, and the caption was, who's this target audience? It's like, the gamers, man. The gamers want to play something new. The gamers want to have a new story, a new... Anyway, I'm going on a massive rant here. Intergalactic Heretic Prophet looks brilliant. And sorry, back to Last of Us 2. Stellar game, absolutely fantastic. Where are we now? So, next game after that, I can't remember the numbers now, I'm away. I don't know what the numbers are. Next game after that was Alan Wake 2. Played that again, so I played it last year. It was my game of the year last year. Played it again this year. And as I was playing through the playthrough again, I was hitting all the Night Springs DLC. Brilliant, absolutely loved it. And then later on this year again, when I was playing Silent Hill 2, and I'll get back to that in a minute, I played the Lake House DLC. So I played all the DLC now for Alan Wake, and it's just, Alan Wake 2 is stellar. Next game was Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Loved this. I remember the announcement of this ages ago, and I thought, oh, I'm getting that for sure, and I completely forgot about it because it's just, this is pretty much Jet Set Radio 3. It's brilliant, man. You get your rollerblades, you get a skateboard, a bike, BMX, and it's just brilliant. And it was Martin Whitehouse, I'm sure, on the 12 RPG challenge that posted that this was for sale at one point on Amazon or Game Collection, I can't remember, for like £18, and I snapped it up straight away and loved every second of it. Again, this game suffers slightly for me because it doesn't have a photo mode. This would have been stunning with a photo mode. Absolutely brilliant. Next game, probably one of the biggest surprises for me because I fell in love with this game. I think it's right up there. It's so good, so zen, so relaxed, but also so tough. And it's Art of Rally. I love this. The music, the graphics, the challenges. I just think it's peak. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And anybody that wants a good wee racer that they can get immersed in, you know, stick your headphones on, play it when everyone's in bed, and you're there for hours, man. It's just so good. It's got that hook that only Championship Manager has, and it's that just one more go, one more level, one more go, get to the end of this bit, get to the end of that bit. Aye. And it's also got a really cool photo mode. Loved Art of Rally. Brilliant game. Next up was Death's Door. Again, fantastic game. I was put off a little bit by this because I thought it was going to be like a roguelike, but it was Geordie Slasher Mark that said it isn't a roguelike, it's more of a kind of Zelda game, so that made me jump straight back into it and gave it a go and loved it. Gorgeous little game, no photo mode unfortunately, but gorgeous game, loved it. Let's move all this crap, I'm nearly there, kinda. Next game was Death Stranding, so obviously I've played this before, replayed it again this year. It's a very Marmite game. You either love it or you hate it. Like I don't think there's a middle of the road. I love it. I think it's brilliant. I love the exploration. I love the traversal. I love building the kind of zip lines and things like that. Building roads, getting your bike, going along the roads. It's a fantastic game. But I do understand how people might not like it. But I loved it, and I'm buzzing for the sequel. The sequel's going to come out next year. Next one here is a recommendation from Jen at Retro Rivals. And since I played this, I streamed a little bit of it, and Sean Retro Games Revived. He got it after watching the stream, and it's brilliant. It's Bramble the Mountain King. It's so good. It's not long, doesn't outstay its welcome. It tells a fantastic story with great graphics. The only thing about the graphics was I felt the characters were a little bit kind of out of sorts. They look kind of weird, but apart from that, man, it's absolutely brilliant. The graphics of the environments, the soundtrack, the music is chef's kiss. It's so good, man. The music is amazing. The story is really cool, based on like a Swedish or Norwegian folklore. Just really good. Definitely worth a play. Definitely worth a playthrough, and it's not long, so that's one that I would highly recommend. Next one was Rage 2. I'm pretty sure it was at the beginning of last year. Heaps was showing a little bit of this on like shorts, I think it was. And I always wanted to give it a blast because I liked Rage 1. I don't remember much of Rage 1, but I remember I liked it. This game is really cool. It's just got that Ubisoft kind of model where there's a big map and there's loads of little bits of fluff to do, which is cool if you want to spend 100+ hours in the game, but I don't. I want to get in, I want to get out, I want to enjoy it, and I thought it was good. Combat was really cool, and the explosions are second to none. The explosions of this game are fantastic. Aye, good game. Next game was another 52 club game, which was Morbid. Very cheap on the store. I'm sure Retro Red Steve said he got it for £2. I think I got it for £2 as well, I can't really remember, but aye, £2 Morbid. Nice 2D kind of pixel art, 16-bit kind of pixel art, isometric, running around slashing things. I got stuck on a big frog boss, did my head in, did my bloody box in, but it was really cool, and I liked the kind of background lore again. Like, I just thought there was a cool world in there to kind of, very kind of Cthulhu, kind of steampunk. It was really cool. The next game was Area of Sorrow, Castlevania. Castlevania is you played as, I want to say Soma, but I can't remember the name. But the moves that you get from defeated enemies, so that's how you get your powers in this game. It was really cool. It's a very it's a very typical Blueprint Castlevania game. It's really good. Really good. Next one was a gift from the one, the only Generation Pixel. So Stuart gave me this one day when I met him up in Glasgow. He said, just have that, take that, and I enjoyed it. It's really cool. It's again, it's a story-driven survival horror. Really cool. Takes you to different places, different kind of worlds and things like that. Not worlds, different places, because it's kind of trippy. But I really enjoyed that. Nice wee photo mode as well in there. Oh, where am I? Next one was a digital game, and again, Ross mentioned this in his video, which was I played through Cat Quest. Really good game. It's not like a big game. It is a big game, but it's not too big. It's 2D isometric slasher kind of thing, where you run around the world map, and then sometimes you go in little caves. It's just cool with loads of little cat cute puns. It's a good game. Next was Assassin's Creed Mirage. I think I'm becoming a big Assassin's Creed fan. I haven't played anything earlier than Assassin's Creed 3 though, so maybe I have to go back to the Ezio collection and things like that. But I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed Basim as a character, because I think you first meet him in Valhalla. I don't know if he's in any other games, but you definitely meet him in Valhalla, and this is his kind of origins, which was really good to see. Next one was Time Splitters Future Perfect. Played through this on the PS5 through the PlayStation Store. Great game, holds up well. Time Splitters is a oh my god. It's a staple of that kind of 6th gen first person shooter kind of era. I need a drink of water or something, man. Sorry. Aye, Time Splitters Future Perfect, fantastic. I think I do prefer Time Splitters 2, but I've not been back to that in a while. Next game, Sea of Stars, brilliant game, brilliant 2D RPG. Very much like harkens back to the kind of good old days of the RPGs. It's got like interactive kind of battles, where there's like kind of like Mario Paper Mario RPG. We have to like press buttons to prompt extra hits and things like that. I remember they used to do that with Final Fantasy VIII as well. You had to press R1 as Squall hit to trigger, literally trigger the gun, and you get double damage or something like that. But I loved this. I love the graphics, I love the music. The music's stunning. The only thing I didn't really like about it was maybe the final kind of quarter of the game. I just didn't think it really had to go where it went, kind of thing. I thought that could have been like DLC. Like, oh, and there is DLC out for this actually, but I've not played that. But yeah, the final quarter of the game I thought wasn't really necessary. I felt they just tacked that on to make it a bit longer. I felt if it just stayed where it was and concentrated on that would have been better. But it is fantastic. Next game was digital game, which was Quake 2. So I've been playing Quake 2 like all year, just doing levels here and there, and then I finally booted it up one day just to have a wee blast on it and finish the last boss. So that I chucked that in there. Maybe it's a bit of a cheat, but Quake 2 is in there. Great game, great first person shooter from way back, just an OG kind of first person shooter. Next one was again, whenever. Aye. Is it? Aye. So next one, Gotham Knights. Again, this game got a load of hate. I really enjoyed it. I think mostly I enjoyed it because I do like virtual photography, and the photo mode in this is stunning, really, really good. But again, I really liked the combat. I thought the combat was really good. I thought the animations were slick. I thought the finishing moves and all that, I thought they all looked really kinetic, and like it was bone crunching kind of finishing moves. Like it just felt right. In my opinion, I know a lot of people don't like the combat, but I just thought it was really good. Cause there's a lot of games out there where the combat just doesn't feel like you're connecting or you're hitting, or it's not meaty enough, not crunchy enough. This one I thought was really good. The overworld Gotham, I think Dad and Laz mentioned as well, was a bit empty, which I do agree with. I don't think there's overly much happening in the overworld. But again, like, it's the open world, the big map, is nothing that I kind of focus on. But I really enjoyed the story. I liked the story of Batman being dead, and the Gotham Knights had to step up and work together as a team to overthrow the League of Shadows. I thought that was really, really cool. And the Court of Owls, so the League of Shadows, Court of Owls are going at it to kind of win dominance over Gotham. But you've also got like Mr. Freeze, Harley Quinn, Clayface, the Penguin in there. There's a load of different characters in there, and I really did enjoy that. A lot of unneeded hate again. I thought it was really good. Devil in Me. So the Dark Pictures anthology. This is the last one, I believe, until they do season 2. It's not my favourite one. I think I think me and Jen, we both kind of like Little Hope, sorry, because it's kind of got Silent Hill kind of vibes. It's like a foggy town and all that. Little Hope for me is the best one. Generation Pixel doesn't agree, which is fine, but I thought this was the weakest one. For me, I would say it was Little Hope, and then what's the names of them? House of Ashes, Little Hope, House of Ashes, Man of Medan, Devil in Me, in that order. Halloween Forever was the next game, so it's a digital game. Played that on the Vita. Just a little 8-bit kind of style 2D platformer. Eddie Rollerclaw said you have to get the platinum to count it as a finish, but I'm not doing the platinum, no chance. There's a trophy you have to finish the game without being hit. Or you have to finish it on the, you got to finish it on the 1 heart level or something like that, so essentially you can't get hit. And I'm not doing that, too hard. Next game was another digital game. Don't tell the real gamers I'm playing digital games. But was The Cub. Loved The Cub. Cub's brilliant. I loved its prequel. Well, actually, this is the prequel. But anyway, this is the follow-up to Golf Club Nostalgia. That game is fantastic, and it was Super Nintendo that first kind of put me onto that. I think it's just brilliant. It's just a stupid premise where Earth is like abandoned and astronauts who are now Martians because they live on Mars, but the astronauts, the humans, come down and they play golf, 2D kind of playing on the wasteland, which is now Earth. And then this game came out of nowhere, The Cub, which is a prequel kind of thing, and I loved it. I just think I like the story, I like the radio station, that plays through in the first one and in the second one. When he puts on the spaceman's helmet, the Martian's helmet, you can hear the radio station, radio nostalgia. The Cub is fantastic. Next game was Silent Hill 2. So I got this for my birthday, but I managed to get it off the missus a week earlier so I could play it because I had the stream coming up and stuff. I loved it, absolutely loved it. The only thing that took me out of it was there was a game breaking bug. A lot of people on like Twitter, they experienced it as well. Once you got to the labyrinth, and then if you saved it in the labyrinth and then downloaded and then the patch downloaded or the update downloaded, you couldn't progress because it stopped the cube from rotating to get up to the next part, and that was so bloody annoying, and it took me out of it a little bit, which is disappointing. But that's where I went back to do Returnal DLC and finished that, and that's where I went back to do Alan Wake 2, the Lake House DLC. So it wasn't all bad because I got to go back and play 2 games that I absolutely love. And then when I finished those 2 DLCs, I came back and then this was fixed, and then I finished this. I loved it. Unfortunately, no photo mode. This would have been, again, stunning with a photo mode. And then the next game was Tomb Raider 1. So I finished this on the Tomb Raider HD remasters that I got as a birthday present from the lads that came up for the stream. Absolutely amazing when they came out with that stuff, man. Tomb Raider 1 is just a classic. Everyone's played Tomb Raider 1, and I'm buzzed. I'm really looking forward to playing Tomb Raider 2. That was my favourite one. Tomb Raider 3, I don't remember too much Tomb Raider 3, but Tomb Raider 2, I absolutely loved it. The Venice level at the start was brilliant, but absolutely fantastic Tomb Raider. And then after Tomb Raider, we finished Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Really cool. It's like Far Cry but on an alien planet, which is pretty. It's a good game. I didn't mind it. I thought it was very, very enjoyable. But again, like Rage, what I was talking about with Rage, a big map with loads of fluff that I'm not interested in. But I was interested in the story. I was interested in the characters. The avatar that you control was kidnapped basically, as a child, Navi, and you were kidnapped with your brothers and sisters, and you were brought up in like the human kind of a human world almost. But it was really good. I really enjoyed it. But I'll not go back to it because it was just too big. There's too much stuff to do that I wasn't really interested in. But again, like flying your Ekran around, that was brilliant, man. You're just flying everywhere. It was just ace. The next one was another gift from the lads that came up to do the stream with me, and it's Shadow of the Ninja Reborn. Absolutely solid game. I'm surprised I finished it, but I did finish it. Trust me, I did finish it, and it's brilliant. It's just a 2D, like HD 2D kind of remake of an original NES game. Was it NES game from the 1990s, 1990? And Ross mentioned this as well, I think. Where did Ross mentioned this in his Ghetto Room Tour? Ghetto Gang Room Tour, that's where he mentioned it. But he mentioned the original game. Was it Blue Shadow? I can't remember. But aye, hard as nails. So I'm quite chuffed that I finished that. Next one was Stellar Blade. So I've had this all year. And I was waiting for photo mode, and I wasn't disappointed because the photo mode is brilliant, man. So good. One of the games of the year for me, for sure, as well. Up there with Final Fantasy VII. Everything about it. It's just very Nier Automata, very Bayonetta, just out and out action. I thought it was really cool. Loads of RPG elements in there as well. I mentioned the RPG 12, the 12 RPG challenge, that this is an action RPG, and Pixel corrected me and says no, it's no an action RPG. I said, well, it kind of is. It kind of is, and it's kind of no. I get where he's coming from though, because it's not like an RPG in that kind of style, but it's very much like Nier Automata, in my opinion. I thought it was fantastic. Next one was Shadows of the Damned. So this is the current game on the 52 Club Challenge. Club 52. It's brilliant. It's got cheesy dialogue. It's a very 2000s game. It's just brilliant, man. I love it. I love the cheesy dialogue. I love the music. I love the characters. I love Garcia fucking Hotspur. Brilliant character. I've said, like, it would be cool to see a Garcia Hotspur and a Travis Touchdown team up. That would be epic, man. Next one was Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Really enjoyed this. Like I said, I'm really enjoying my Assassin's Creed games. But there's always that part of it that I don't like, and that is the fluff. Like, there's just so much to do. It's just unnecessary. I just want to play the story, and I like the story. I love the story of the Fry twins. The twins are brilliant, man. When they're on screen together and like cutscenes, the chemistry of them are just brilliant. They play off each other. You know, they've got Jacob, he's just a big blunt weapon. He loves smashing folk, cracking skulls. And then you've got Evie, who's more methodical, and she likes to. She's more interested in the and more interested in the order and things like that. She's trying to find like the assassins and the Oh, I'm losing my words. Oh, I can't remember the words. But she is more into like the lore and looking for all the artifacts and things like that, and Jacob Fry is more interested in stopping Starker and his power regime over London. Brilliant game, absolutely brilliant. Unfortunately, no photo mode, because again, that game would be stunning with a photo mode. Taking pictures of old London would have been amazing. I love London. I love going to London. I think London's amazing, and I think there's a missed opportunity. There should have been a bloody photo mode in that. It's a crying shame. And then the last game I've played and just finished today was Horizon Zero Dawn. I played the remaster of this. I don't think it really needed the remaster, but you can see where the remaster touches things up, especially with the with the characters, the character models. They look a lot better, so they do. But the game doesn't really need didn't really need a remaster in my opinion, because I thought the original game was fantastic. And I got this edition here. This came from my good old friend Andy, UK Crowd Gaming. I've no heard from Andy in a while, I've not seen him in a while, but he gave me this a couple of years ago. What a game it is, absolutely stunning. If no one's played Resident Zero Dawn, what he's doing, you have to play this. For me, this is better than the sequel, only because I preferred the story in this. I preferred the story of like Aloy and discovering the world and discovering the history and things like that, as opposed to the sequel, which is a bit of a know-it-all, which is quite annoying. Whereas this one, she's very naive and she's just discovering everything. The second one's a better game. It's got better graphics, better animations, more robots to kind of commandeer, but I just prefer the story in this one. But anyway, that's almost a bloody hour. That's almost an hour. So I'm going to leave it at that. And that is the 52 game challenge finished. 52 plus. And then I'll do maybe a short or something of my top 10 games out of all these. But anyway, thanks very much for watching. If you watched, cheers guys, thank you, bye bye.